Welcome, everyone, to AMC Connects. It's AnnMarie here, and another great episode for you this week. I think we've answered the question that we've been able to make it up past zero
or five. It's a heat wave.
It's a heat wave in central New York. I think a bunch of us were talking about that there's actually been children that I've passed by in different parts of central New York that when it's above 20 degrees at any given moment of the day, there's like shorts and T-shirts. I give certain populations so much credit for doing that. So if you weren't tuning into a couple podcasts ago, one of the episodes, I posed a couple questions, that being one of them, and we achieved it. So hopefully more to come. I don't know if the groundhog saw its shadow or not, or how much longer we have of winter. Maybe Chuck can tune us in for that. But again, we've got a great episode for you today. I'm going to kick off the episode with a note of gratitude, a point of pride, and I'll shout out for that. And we do have some exciting things to go a little deeper with our work with our electronic health record and our information services strategy. And we have a guest aligned with that particular topic, so I'm super excited. And then we've launched some marketing, which we'll talk a little bit about and see. So stay with me, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. And I do believe Chuck and I have had through the formal mailbag path of thoughts or feedback of the podcast. So I just want to put a plug in for that particular pathway to use the mailbag, and Chuck provides a reminder on that, how to be able to access. But Chuck and I have expanded our paths of inputs from everyone. And I recently received an email from a community member who had needed care from us and wanted to make sure, if they couldn't get to it because they're in the healing process, that there would be a point of pride that they wanted me to know. So I wanted to kick us off today with that particular note, which was I needed to text AnnMarie. Everyone was wonderful in the outpatient surgery realm and on the floor, and imaging nurses and surgical staff. I don't remember much, though. And this particular community member thought that was a good thing because it was a surgical intervention that they needed. The anesthesiologist was wonderful. And of course, the physician, I already texted him. I love being 2 blocks from home and receiving great care. The hospital looks great, but unfortunately, as a patient, you don't necessarily see all of it and its beauty on the surgical unit. But I know it was great. So great job, everyone. Kudos to AmSurg, our anesthesiologist, and certainly everyone in peri-op services. Somebody that has a high bar in the community on what they need and what they expect from healthcare and a healthcare team. And you accomplished it by exceeding expectations. I was ready. I was ready from the community member for any opportunities of improvement that they wanted to share with me, because it's a very vested person. But thank you. And kudos to all of you for exceeding people's expectations. That's what we're going for. Great work. As we kind of jump into our episode here, very excited. I don't know if people have seen it. I do believe there's still time, if you haven't seen it, that you also can vote on how and what we're going to name our EHR project. For people that this might be your first episode or you haven't heard, Rome Health has been on a journey for a very long time, long before me. Great people in the network and in the organization have really worked hard to make sure that we have the right IT strategy. We do have somebody on this episode who's going to share a little bit more about it, because they've been experiencing Rome Health in this particular specialty for quite a while. But the newsy news on it is
newsy news.
Yeah, you like that, Chuck?
I like that.
I'm trying to be cool. Trying to be cool here, people. Getting my bearings on the episodes and the podcast.
Love
but
it.
The newsy news on it is, thankfully, we were awarded another transformation grant in the IT space, and nearly $20 million to help support a program to make sure that we have integration and or a single solution for our network to be on a platform that we can really advance our care. Very exciting. And we heard from Dr. Attilio quite a few episodes ago that there's a process. I think I shared a rumor about the process where people are like, oh, has it already been decided what the solution's going to be and what's going on? And so we talked a little bit about it, and we're ready to go a little deeper. But in the project planning, one of the milestones is to make sure that we all agree on a name for this very robust project, because it's a big deal. It's going to need all of us across the Rome Health Network and even the community, because the community really matters in terms of how they interface with us. And this is a path to be able to do it, or a solution or a technology. So people, friends, if you have not seen the communications, our very own Chuck was able to take some of the feedback we've had so far and loop it into, I believe we have 4 options. I've already voted. Not going to tell you what I voted on, but I think it's still open. So I'm just going to deep dive it just a little bit if you haven't seen the communications, because you can go out and please look for it. We need you all to participate. Rome Health is investing in the future of care with a new fully integrated EHR system supported by an $18.9 million New York State grant, as I shared. This upgrade will replace 6 separate systems, improving coordination, access to information, and overall patient experience. Our Rome Health colleagues submitted many thoughts and creative ideas for the project name. And we've narrowed the list to our 4 finalists. We are inviting both our team members and the community to help choose the name. It may also become the name of our future patient portal. We're looking ahead, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, big deal. So when somebody interfaces with the particular system, they would be able to see this name. So this is a really big deal. All joking aside, a fun way to be able to keep us all engaged and deciders in what our future looks like. So when the system goes live, December 2027, it's going to be here before we know it. But there's CareSync. CareSync emphasizes coordination, ensuring information workflows and patient experiences move in harmony. By consolidating 6 separate systems into one integrated environment, we create a more seamless experience for both patients and caregivers. The name highlights reliability, continuity, and ability to stay connected at every point of the care journey. It's so beautiful. For those of you that like that description, CareSync might be your vote if you haven't as such. Health Bridge is another option. Our EMR transformation is about building connections between providers, departments, information, and patients. Today, critical health information lives in multiple systems. Health Bridge represents the structure that brings those pieces together into one continuous pathway. It symbolizes easier access, smoother communication, and a stronger link between our caregivers and the community we serve. Another great one. Synergy. This project replaces fragmented tools with a uniform platform where everything works together. Synergy reflects the idea that the whole becomes stronger than the sum of its parts. No bias trying to be launched here, but that's really us. That our whole as Rome Health is greater than any individual parts. Clinicians have clear information, teams collaborate more effectively, and patients experience more coordinated care. It's about alignment, efficiency, and shared purpose across the organization. Last option, Romulus, named for the legendary founder of ancient Rome. This option reflects building something foundational and enduring. Just as Romulus established a city meant to last, this EMR initiative lays the groundwork for stronger healthcare future for Rome, New York. One unified system supporting better care, stronger relationships, and growth for years to come. Great work, everyone. Right from the start of this, it's been from all of you that has really, made it be something that I think is starting with us from the very beginning. So thank you for your input so far. We got to keep it going. I want to make sure, like some of our other large projects and investments, I think we had the brick one time. What color should we do the brick? And we really took everybody's input in, and the winners in terms of who voted with their descriptions really ended up being how we decided some of our major tenants with the advancement work that we've done. So please vote, read it through again, and we need to hear from you. Kind of last on that topic, if you haven't seen in your email, we did launch some communications regarding the principles driving our particular project plan. This was from Nancy Levitt, our Chief Information Officer, who's also serving as the program director for our overall project plan, which is very robust and big and a lot of details. But these guiding principles are really what is helping us make sure that we choose the right system with as much of our experiences set aside. So to go back a couple episodes, if you didn't tune in, or to help you recall, I did say I've heard from a number of stakeholders, well, gee, Has the decision already been made of what solution is going to be? When people ask that question, nobody said it this way, but when people ask that question, I think about, is it really going to be worth my time to offer input if it's not going to be taken in, if it's already been pre-decided? I had assured everybody it hasn't been pre-decided. There's less solutions out there than there were maybe 20 years ago when I was kind of starting out studying this space, because we're a pretty robust network. So the number of solutions that we have to be able to meet these really high level goals might be limited. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that in future episodes, but the guiding principles are really important. So I'll just kind of overview them briefly, but please look at your emails because they are important principles so that you feel and know that this is guided by overall goals for the organization and the network to achieve our strategic plan over time, not because of any one person or stakeholder group that's advocating for one. But just to restate that, dear Rome Health colleagues, Rome Health has established a set of guiding principles for the selection and implementation of our new electronic health record, supported by, again, an $18.9 million state grant to replace our 6 disparate systems. With a project this size, there will be multiple decision points with different opinions. We will link back to these principles as a beacon to guide us in making best decisions. Back in the day, whatever back in the day means, everyone, we used to have guiding principles and strategic plans, and we would shelve them, and we would say, oh, those were like a checkbox. We're going to check this because we're supposed to have them. The way we use guiding principles now is when there's decisions that need to be made because we have a fast project plan on our hands. We anchor back, like we anchor back to our mission, vision, and values for the organization. Because when you're trying to make decisions in real time for the greater good in terms of work, sometimes you can't really see ahead. And so principles really drive that, like mission, vision, and values. And so really, really important because we're going to have to decide because we have to stay on time. That's absolutely critical for all of us, is to stay on time. So the principles do help us decide on time. So the outline, and you can certainly read more, of the guiding principles are safety and security. It has to matter the most. Our safety of our systems, our safety of employees, our safety of our patients, and we do that through security. And so that particular element is incredibly important. Clinically and operationally driven. What we don't want is to be able to say, oh, our IT colleagues, even though they're so amazing, they're the only ones that own this. And my satisfaction is going to come because they're brilliant and amazing, and they will make sure that it's perfect for me. That's not how this particular project will be run. We all need to be involved and working side by side and in tandem with our amazing IT experts that serve us so well. Reliability and efficiency. We want to make sure that the time we're spending in capturing critical information in the care that we provide is effective so that we can have more time with our patients and more time to live our lives. Really, really important principle. Fiscal responsibility. Right or wrong, fiscal responsibility and work around making decisions. Can we afford it? Can we afford it now to purchase a particular product? And can we afford it long term? Because we do need to make sure that we can upgrade and we can make sure that it lives and breathes in current state in the future. Integration. We do want to make sure that there's less and less of all of these other systems that are helping us achieve our overall operations. So we need an integrated system. And then, of course, analytics. None of these are maybe like overly emphasized in order, but analytics is something that healthcare is measured. We talked about that too on another episode. And we want to make sure that we can gather the information that we desperately need to monitor our quality and safety and financial outcomes, and certainly the responsibilities that we have to accreditation bodies. So that's the outline. Again, more information in this note. If you haven't read your email, please do tune in. We need you to be really well informed. As promised, we do have a really special guest. I do feel like I say that often. Our guests are very special. Right,
Because they're
Chuck?
all special.
They are all special. Yes.
Don't be laughing. They're laughing over there already.
They're laughing. We do have the infamous, I do believe this, Sarah Krakowski. Did I do well? Close enough. Close. Sarah is with us. Thank you, Sarah. And the bit I know about you is thank you for joining the podcast, by the way. You're so busy. And I know that it's kind of like not in your daily tone to be kind of out here having conversations.
It is not.
But I think it's really important to hear from somebody who's been with the organization in this particular topic for quite a while.
Yes.
And you're with us at the executive level to really hear us on the steering committee and all those things. But before we deep dive into some of the points of the project, can you tell us a little bit about your position for the organization and how you arrived like here at Rome and how long you've been with us?
Okay. Well, thanks for having me. I actually have been with Rome Health for 24 years, just over 24 years.
I don't think I knew that, Sarah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Old timer. Just joking.
But
yes,
yet
actually,
you don't
I started
look much older than 24 or
thank
25.
you.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
Yep, I started actually when I was going to nursing school. I started as an aide and monitor tech up in the ICU.
Nice.
So started there, loved every piece of it, even though, and I was never going to be a nurse. I actually went to college for something different and have a degree in, but I did fall in love with bedside nursing. Oh. I finished nursing school and went and got my bachelor's. I was hired right here at Rome Health, did my clinicals here, and I stayed in the ICU. Mm-hmm. I worked some in the ED. I did house supervisor. And back in 2011, with our last EMR project, major EMR project, because we were still on paper then, I was asked if I wanted to come over to the IT side as an educator to train the clinical staff on our new system. Mm-hmm. And that's where my journey with IT started.
Wow. Well, this is just a curious question. Why do you think you were asked as a primary nurse or as a bedside nurse to take a leap into IT? Like, what do you think it was about you that people were like, ooh, we need Sarah in this department as a clinician? Why do you think they...
I think I had a good rapport with the staff at the time. Mm-hmm. I worked the floor, so clinically I knew some of the workflows. I could help speak and be that liaison between the clinical world and the IT world, because obviously we do not speak the same language. Sure. So I was kind of that liaison between the two, and I could help teach and train the new system for our end users.
Great.
But know their workflow too and how it was going to be more efficient for them.
Yeah. I really like this because it shows that Rome Health has had a long-standing commitment to being clinically and operationally led when we advance technology. That it's not just the expertise of our technical people or train that Rome Health has clearly a long-standing history of making sure that knowledge at the bedside comes into the work that we're doing. So, like, kudos to the history and to you for taking that leap. Are you glad you took the leap?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Miss bedside nursing as well, so I'll help out whenever I can if they need it.
I love that. You know, there was some nurses a long time ago who shared with me when I was kind of taking that leap into more formal management, which you spend a little less time, at the bedside then. And these nurses shared with me, Sarah, I pass along to you because what you just said made me think of it, that we don't want anybody else in those positions if you don't miss bedside care. Yeah. It shows that that's where your vision is, that's where you're drawn to, and that's the business we're in. So it's a good thing. Anyway, that's great. So the formal position that you're in now, can you share that with us and walk us through it?
So after a year or so, the position for educator was going to go back on the clinical side. So our CIO at the time asked if I would stay in IT, and I moved over to the analyst side. Spent many years as an analyst and working the floors, and then moved over more so as manager of the analyst and then up to director in the last couple of years.
Wow. Do you like it?
I love it.
Oh, good.
Every day is a challenge.
Sure.
But I do love it. It's rewarding.
Yeah. So why? Yeah. Even though it is so challenging, it is a space that's, really challenging given the way we're structured. I want to talk a little bit about that in a couple minutes. But what is it that you enjoy about your position and the challenges that you face and you have to maintain for the organization? Like, what gives you satisfaction?
First of all, I enjoy coming in because I have just an amazing team. We have 14 very knowledgeable men and women on the team, consisting of help desk, desktop, engineers, network, even our print shop and telecom. So I enjoy every one of them and working with them. And, every day you're not in a routine. We come in, you may say you're going to work on some projects, but that never happens because you're constantly kind of pulled off.
Sure.
Issues arise, and they are a great team. We work together. just to problem solve.
That's great. So that team. I think I've said this on a previous podcast or two. Chuckle.
You should know. No, you know.
Because I remember how someone feels like, but you'll keep me honest on that. But I think it got back to you or back to the department, and that, I kind of mull over routinely throughout the year of our annual employee satisfaction and engagement survey. And routinely over the years, it has been our IT department that's led the way of interdisciplinary satisfaction. So like departments to departments versus like I think we rate really high in terms of when you're in your department, the team that you're working with, people across the board are really satisfied. But the metric or the questions around how I work with other departments, IT just continually stands out year over year as exceeding employees' satisfaction and expectations. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and how that's been possible, and what the department does to, meet people's expectations with a lot of challenges, as you've said, structurally?
I think we're honored that we're viewed that way, because some days it doesn't feel that way if we can't meet everybody's needs. But, again, we're a small group. We go out, we kind of proactive round, we attend the meetings. I think our group actually goes out to listen, and that is our job. We work with all different departments. We don't just be in one area and just solely work amongst ourselves. Our job is to help everybody else in our workforce, make their workday more efficient, give them any equipment needs. How can we best work with that?
Yeah. That's great. I mean, I hear that because you guys have such a strong team internally. You have been able to take that strength and actually move it out to the whole organization with proactive rounding, trying to go out, and it's like you guys aren't afraid to hear the tough stuff. And if you're out there kind of on the edge of hearing it firsthand, how can we be ahead of it to some degree? Yeah, and a problem solver. Thank you for that. If I haven't said it, were you going to say something else?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for doing that and leading the way, because it has become our 2026 overarching goal is that how can we work better interdisciplinary. Just a quick commercial break on that. Reach out to Sarah. I know that she would be willing to hear. I know I've reached out to her trying to understand how she has led a great team in this particular space. So reach out to her if that's something that you're still working through in terms of your action plans. Okay.
Any of the team, when you reach out, you call our help desk. We do meet every day, Monday through Friday, but we are staffed Monday through Saturday. We do a daily huddle at 9, but that's where we do our communication, unless we have to meet outside of that, and do work. But we address any barriers, any requests. So that's how we communicate. So anybody in the team can be reached out to as well.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Great. And so please do, people. We learn a lot from each other. You said this in a past update or in a past part of our conversation. You have had the experience of going from paper workflows and documentation to where we are today, to looking ahead to the future. What do you think the good has been? Have you liked this evolution that healthcare has been on to try to capture care and, our support services and finances and all that? And are you excited for this journey? Are you nervous about it? Tell us a little bit more, because you have 24 years. Like you said, you've gone from paper to looking ahead to hopefully, potentially almost being a single system.
Yeah. No, we are excited to move ahead. I think it will be great to be modernized. Right now we maintain a lot of EMRs, as you said earlier. We're looking at bringing 6 down to 1. No, I think it has great benefit to that. Some days you do miss that paper world and looking things up, but it has made just your day-to-day process a lot easier. Everything's kind of at that fingertip.
Great. I'm going to put you on the spot, Sarah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Like I'm not this whole conversation. You've been part of the journey of kind of planning, like not even just our current one, but before that too, which, you certainly can lean into that. But my on the spot question is, when I share kind of openly that I've heard that people are like, oh, there's a preconceived and there's this, has somebody already decided? You're like front and center in the planning and the programming here. What would you say to that from a different perspective? How do you think the planning process has gone and the inputs and kind of where we are today in the life cycle, so to speak, of this particular journey?
Yes, I am at the forefront. I am attending the meetings. We are not decided on a system yet. We had 9 vendors that was reached out to. 6 did return an RFP. That is being reviewed. I know there's some questions out in the air, like how come we're not being involved yet? We're not there yet. We have to really look at those RFPs and what those 6 systems are offering. And we're not going to bring everybody in if it doesn't meet the needs of Rome Health.
Oh, nice.
So it's still being reviewed. It is coming, I believe, beginning of March. We should be starting to see some vendors and some demos. So we're excited to be involved with that from an IT standpoint and actually see their software.
That's great. I'm so glad Sarah gave us a teaser, everyone. We get to look ahead to March. Things are going to move quick, right? I mean, Sarah, they're moving fast.
Some days too fast.
Yes. But good. I love the honesty.
Is getting a system like this, is that like Christmas for you guys at all? Or is it there's just so much work behind it that it can't really, because like, I get a new piece of equipment, it's like, yeah, here we go. But is it like that at all? But is it at all or no?
No, it is exciting. It's the unknown too. All the systems bring a different aspect to it that we have to look at. How is our jobs currently going to impact the new system and afterwards?
Okay.
Yeah. Sarah, what could you share with the workforce or share with me about what we could be mindful of either on this particular project plan or just a day in the life to remember our IT colleagues? Is there anything you could share with the workforce on how we can support IT better, differently to keep you guys at this high performing level, and maybe vice versa? Just some thoughts that you have for us.
Quite a few different ways. One is the communication, involve IT. Like I said, we have a great group. There's 14 that are subject matter experts. Most of us have been here. A few of us have been just 2 years, but it goes all the way up to 35 years with the organization. So not just my years of longevity. Please edit that one. And then
she doesn't know the show.
And then, but up to 35 years, we know and can look at the whole picture. Our group takes the time to listen and learn their workflows and how each department handles their day-to-day and their normal workflow. So involving IT in the process is great with the communication, and that is what's needed so we can help design it the way our workforce needs.
Great. Sarah, just like one other thought on process. You've heard me probably say a couple different times. Sometimes it feels like I'm a little bit compulsive and obsessive compulsive on it, but do you think that it's helpful to at least take some time right now and be purposeful on key workflows and be documenting those key workflows, current state, and maybe future state, like hopes and dreams? Do you think that is a helpful thing for IT, helping to support this particular next steps, especially when we talk about March coming and demos and things like that? Do you think that's like a helpful workload for people?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely will be helpful. And the IT team, we actually kind of do that with our own departments.
Yeah.
The analyst group, they go out to their departments, they know that workflow for our end users, so they have that knowledge that will help. We do have a ticketing system where we do some documentation and change management. So we want to make sure we are going to be meeting all those needs when moving to the new system.
Great.
Or explaining to the vendor, this is what we need.
we don't go backwards here at Rome Health, but sometimes it's helpful to look back
Yes.
to make sure we learned and we've learned some things to go forward. You mentioned briefly that there was a lot of work at one point in really doing a great strategic assessment a few years ago of what would be a good solution for Rome Health.
Yes.
For me as a CEO, what do you think some of the critical factors or interventions or work I can do for everyone to help make sure that work comes to fruition and we can really see this particular essential piece of work going forward? What do you think I need to be mindful of?
Just, pulling in the right people. Sometimes, though, I know from, hindsight's 2020, sometimes if you involve too many people, there's too many change and requests that come in as well. So we really want departments and operational to be able to work together, come up with the best workflow. And I believe some of, like Dr. Attilio's already doing that on the ambulatory side. The analyst group is doing it with their acute side as well. Just knowing the day-to-day and having that documentation and the knowledge behind it.
Great. I really appreciate Sarah's nudge on that for me, everyone. So staying in tune to the communications that come out. If you can, tune into an episodes of the podcast because we'll continue to go deep on this project. It's the single largest investment, non-bricks and mortar, that this institution will ever go through. And so the magnitude of that, but I take Sarah's counsel like really, really seriously, and that there's going to be a pathway for all of us to be involved in some way because we need to pull in the right people, like Sarah's saying. I need to make sure that we're mindful we're pulling in the right intelligence and the right people, but how we do that, we don't want to overwhelm things to expand too far. Well, Sarah, it's that point in the episode where we get to know you a little bit deeper. I know. It's kind of awkward.
Everyone knows me, though.
Just
like I kind of, oh boy.
But do people really know you, Sarah? We're going to find out with our rapid fire.
Great.
Yes. Your favorite go-to gas station snack?
Gas station snack. I hate going to the gas station. My car's always on E.
Number 2, Chuck.
That's a common theme lately.
I hate having to stop for gas.
No. Perhaps it's because of the weather, people. But we won't go back to that.
I have, if I was to go in to get something, I have a really bad sweet tooth. I'm always sticking candy in my mouth, I think. So it'd probably have to be a Reese's. I love Reese's.
Reese's. This is good to know, Chuck. This is good to know that, Sarah. If I need to pick her up a little bit, it might come down. Okay, candy. It might come down to the Reese's over the next couple of years.
My favorite.
Yep, to get us through the day. Okay, great. Have you ever won a contest?
As an adult or?
Anytime that like stands out to you.
Probably not.
Like,
no.
did you ever play bingo and like win bingo or something?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay. Maybe we need to create a contest in this next 2-year journey.
Not even the basket raffles. Usually.
Not even. I know.
I'm not lucky on that part.
And I love the basket raffles. And it's like a thing in our community, right?
And wine or something. But no, I don't play any. No competition.
Okay. Well, guys, maybe we need to construct this where Sarah gets gets to win a contest soon. Your favorite toy? This one's as an adult.
As an adult.
Mm-hmm. That can be shared on AMC Connects.
Well, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah. I'm like, is that appropriate? Well,
we have had a guest that stretched it a little bit.
I don't know if I get to play too many adult toys. I have 5 kids, if anyone knows me. I think I play a lot of the kid toys.
Is there a favorite one of those?
To be a pro at Legos, but no.
Legos.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'm going to have to send
toddler stuff, I guess.
Okay. Oh, yes. Because how young is your youngest?
2. 2.5, almost 3.
Right. Almost 3. It's a little.
Yeah.
Oh. And their favorite toy is your little?
Probably her dolls. She's a little diva, so yeah, she likes to actually do my makeup and hair type deal.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, how sweet.
yep.
Did she
She's
have
got
any
little doll houses?
Did she participate in any of your hair and makeup today? Because it's looking great.
No. I do have pictures though. I kind of came out looking a little bit like a clown, but very adorable.
Oh,
Yes.
You're going to have to send
Big
those to
red-
me so we can share those. on the
Yes,
podcast.
big red cheeks, even a forehead, red forehead.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you feel comfortable, Sarah, that would be so cute to show.
Okay.
Good job involving your kids in your life, right? That's awesome. Okay, moving forward, what is your favorite movie?
As an adult and a parent,
Anytime.
I don't think I have control over my TV.
Your all-time, this is you, your
Yeah.
all-time favorite movie. Doesn't matter what.
If I turn, I'm not a big movie or TV person, I guess.
Yeah. You're busy.
If I turn it on, it's usually if I'm probably going to bed and I fall asleep in 5-10 minutes into it, and I have to hit rewind all the time. So I can't answer that. I'm not a big TV person.
Okay.
guess.
So no wonder I guess you're so productive, Sarah. You're such a productive person. But maybe we need to to think about this. Yeah. Okay. Well, one more. Your hidden talent.
Can't say you ain't got one. I know there's one there.
Hidden talent.
Yeah.
It for sure is not public speaking
Oh, you're doing great, though. You're doing great.
or having a microphone in my face, but
I too.
a hidden talent. I like to be crafty. I guess.
Oh, now
I like
that-
doing some crafts and
I'm very impressed with that.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to like keep putting you on the spot, but like, is there a section of, I've always wanted to be crafty. I have. If you contacted my mother, she knows I've wanted to be crafty and I cannot do it. I don't know if it's my attention span. I don't know if it's because when I try to do it, it just never, it's like Pinterest fails with me since I was a little girl, but I love crafty people. Is there a section of crafts that you like the most?
oh no, I like to dabble in it all.
Oh,
Try it
nice.
once, right?
Yes, and you
Yeah.
don't have Pinterest fails. I'm taking it.
Probably for sure, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, well, Sarah, you've been a great sport. We do have an AMC Connects prize. I think I've seen with you a time or two with a water bottle of such. And
Yes.
so we would love for you to accept our little token,
Oh, thank
Chuck
you.
and I. Yes, our AMC Connects. And it helps get the word out. And I don't know if they're quite sought after yet. Some people have said
they
they
are.
wanted it.
They're-
Right.
Yeah.
I've been asked for it. People are like, do you have them? I'm like, they're not here anymore.
So thank
thank
you.
you.
That's great. Well, everyone, before we close, we're going to make sure you've seen our latest marketing launch. We are well on our way to make sure that our strategic plan continues to be advanced in 2026. I had shared on our first episode, it's going to be a big 2026. We're getting deeper in the next month. And so take a look at this.
When surgery can't wait, you don't have to. At Rome Health, we can see you now. Our surgeons are trained in advanced robotic and minimally invasive techniques designed for faster recovery, reduced scarring, and better outcomes, all supported by our new state-of-the-art Kaplan Center for Surgical Services. General, hernia, breast, bariatric, colon surgery. The best care out there, here. We can see you now in Rome and Oneida.
Everyone, I hope you enjoyed that. Boy, our general surgery program is growing. We have a variety of expertise, have you seen, and, certainly amazing providers that have been with us for a while and some new ones. So please continue to spread the word. That marketing will continue to go out and spread across central New York. We're really proud of our stability and our outcomes, and there might be a future guest very soon that's from that team. Thank you, everyone, for creating the best care out there here.